Today it is a really nice sunny winter weather as we're storming on towards the spring and hopefully soon a summer. So I thought it was a good idea right now to do one of these chart videos. I have done 1980, 1984, 1985. It is those charts that I do at a Facebook group that I'm part of, and we're taking 1 year at a time, and now we have finished doing 1981. So here it's going to be the top 25 of my favorite songs from 1981, which was a year that I'm not all that much into, much because several of these totally overplayed songs came then, and it was a little bit of a middle year. The funkier 70s that spilled over to 1980 was over. The real new wave synth pop era has been, but it hasn't been, the pop music hasn't yet developed into something interesting. It was a bit stale. So 1981 is actually not one of my favorite years of the 80s, maybe my least favorite year of the 80s. But it's always a challenge. So of course I tagged along and did a nice, originally 200 places long chart, but at the Facebook group I showed 50 of them, and not to make an eternal long video, I show the top 25 of those here with singles and albums. The rest 50 to 26 I show in a quick row. So here we go, 50 to 26 in a smaller version. Well, those were the places underneath what I'm going to show. As you can see, it will be a whole lot of synth pop because that was, after all, the best thing in 1981, definitely. But there are also some other stuff, interesting stuff here also. I have a lot of singles to show, but some I do not have as a single, so I will show the album versions of them. And in one case I have neither single or album, so in that case I have to settle with to show the single of the Swedish cover version of that song. That's how bad it is. But on the other hand, that shows that I still have a lot of music to search for, a lot of fun to discover when I'm doing my vinyl finds, and stuff to build up my wish lists with. So see it positive. Now let's start. Number 25 is a little easy, very cute pop song by the man starting at bands like Traffic, like Spencer Davis Group, talking of course of Steve Winwood from the Art of the Diver album. I pick at number 25, While You See a Chance. Really nice pop song, really nice melody in this one, and fantastic produced by the man himself. So While You See a Chance, number 25. Number 24, first synth pop song that I'm showing right now, and 1981 was of course the year when a certain band debuted with their first album. Wonder what happened with them. I think they call themselves Depeche Mode. I have lower down in the chart several songs from the Speak and Spell album. 3 of them have made its way up to over the top 25. And at number 24, Just Can't Get Enough, the most famous one of them. Why not higher up this one, since it is so famous? Maybe it is because it is maybe the most ordinary Depeche Mode song. It's maybe a little overplayed, but still a fantastic, a really fantastic song, of course. So I got to have it. So number 24, Just Can't Get Enough. Number 23, coming to an artist that I've talked about a lot of times, that I've learned to like during the past 10 years after being a little colder to him. In There Tonight, Phil Collins. Really, really great one. And great B-side also. The Roof is Leaking. No, it's not. Number 22, a song that I don't have the single on. I don't have the original album with them, with this band. I have it on several compilations, but I also have a compilation with the band itself. So I'm showing the compilation sleeve from the band, which the song is on. We're talking about Swedish group Adolfsson och Falk, and they became most famous to begin with a song with a little strange but a little electronic theme on the lyrics. A song called Blinkar blå, Flashing Blue. It was actually made in English version with that title. And real laid back Swedish synth pop with still a little cozy, not all that big production, but still very cozy. So number 22, Blinkar blå with Adolfsson och Falk. Number 21, more synth pop, but British. Also a song that may count as one of the more overplayed, but I felt I gotta have it because it's still been one of my favorite for so long. Soft Cells, Tainted Love. Lower down the chart we have Bedsitter, but Tainted Love, of course, with its iconic production, iconic synthesizers and the iconic melodies, are of course the one that needed to be this high at the top. Number 20, we have more synth pop, more British. You have Human League and their Love Action. I believe in you, I believe in me, and I know I believe in love. And Don't You Want Me? I actually spared because that one was a bit overplayed. But it also fits into years. I can pick it up in 1982 if I want to. But this one was definitely a real must-have. Definitely one of my favorite Human League songs with a fantastic production. Number 19. Yes, we're not done with synth pop. Even though the artist himself isn't normally connected to the synth pop business, but I think that the way this is produced, it's definitely fitting in that genre. I'm talking about Kim Wilde and of course Kids in America. Nothing more to say about that. A classic with a great little mysterious and a special mood in it that I do love, and I've been since I heard it the first time. And number 18, we have the first single from that certain band, and this single I do not have as a 7-inch, and it isn't actually it isn't on the debut album Speak and Spell for some reason. It is on different reissues as a bonus track, but it isn't on the original version of Speak and Spell. Depeche Mode's Dreaming of Me. It's definitely a certain classic. It actually is a charming little cozy pop tune. little far from what Depeche Mode would be famous for, but still it is a real nice and fantastic little synth pop tune. We have at number 17 more synth pop. You see, they are everywhere here. We have, I don't have the single on this one either, but I have the album of Duran Duran's debut, and at number 17 the debut single Planet Earth. Sadly forgotten Duran Duran song actually, and isn't heard all that much today, but it is a classic, definitely a classic, real classic. Now we're leaving synth pop for a while, so we go at number 16. We have some genuine Swedish Lager. There are some songs here that might surprise many, that are not expected to be in the top of a best of this year chart, such as this. This was a Swedish entry for the finals to the Eurovision Song Contest. It finished second, I think, and was very close to represent Sweden in the Eurovision Song Contest back in 1981. I think it could have won actually. Not that anything wrong with the winner. That was Thomas Ledin. No, it was Björn Skifs. Sorry. It's also a great song. But this song is actually, I think this might be one of the best songs in this contest's history. Sweet and Chips and the forever happy God morgon, good morning. Real genuine Swedish Lager with fantastic, great melody and production. We have at number 15 we have a classic that many of you might have heard actually a lot of times. Quincy Jones and I Know Corrida, that's where I am. Real fantastic song, spelled F-U-N-K-Y, funky. And from a real fantastic album, The Dude, that also lower down the chart had several other tracks, such as the instrumental song with Two Stilleman Velas, also a fantastic song. But I Know Corrida is such an amazing funky track that is easy to dig when you're listening to. We're coming to an album that is definitely classic, a song that I had to have. I don't have it as a 7-inch, but I have the album, of course, of Bruce Springsteen's The River, and at number 14 we have the title track, of course, The River. Such a fantastic mood in the little sentimental production in minor, and I really love this song, and it has grown to me even more the past 10 years actually. So Bruce Springsteen, The River. We have at number 13, now back to the synth pop, back to not back to, but we're coming into a band that actually also had a fantastic 1981. We're going to come back to them later, higher up in the chart. But at number 13 we have Ultravox from the Rage of Eden, and I thought I had the single, but I don't have the single actually, too. The Thin Wall, that is at number 13. What an amazing atmosphere, what an amazing mysterious production in this song. Real great song. Highly recommended album. So The Thin Wall, number 13. At number 12 I placed the highest charted Depeche Mode song. One might think that why don't you put them higher up? Well, I guess because there are 11 other songs before them. But still, a great one. The highest placed Depeche Mode song from Speak and Spell, I think, is New Life. Also, like Dreaming of Me, a very happy, cute little synth pop song with a real nice blopping production. But I think the melody in this one is a bit stronger actually. So at number 12 we have New Life. 11. We have a ballad, a soul ballad that is so beautiful, amazing, produced by the Crusaders. No, Tommy Lipuma, sorry, Tommy Lipuma. I'm so used that Crusaders is involved, which still most likely are. But the singer is still the same, and the voice is still the same when it comes to Randy Crawford, and a song that I don't have as a 7-inch. Don't even know if it is released as a 7-inch. Randy Crawford from the great Secret Combination album. And at number 11, Trade Winds. A real cozy, relaxing song with her voice, of course. I remember when I heard it on radio for the first time back in 1993, I think. And it totally knocked me off, and it was the song that made me discover Randy Crawford and realize how fantastic she was actually, still is, but how fantastic I thought she was. So Trade Winds, Randy Crawford, number 11. Top 10. We have at number 10 more new wave synth pop. A song that I discovered in Swedish radio and that I thought was real amazing. And I didn't discover in Swedish radio back in 1981, because back then I hardly listened to radio. You know how old I was back in 1981? I was 6 going 7. But at number 10, I listened to this one in an old Swedish radio show that I discovered at the internet. We have new music and a singer that I don't have, that's 7-inch. We have Luxury, amazing little laid back, cozy and walking production, and such an amazing produced, real fantastic melody and arrangement are amazing. Fantastic song. Maybe one of my absolute favorite songs from new music. Luxury from the Anywhere album. Highly recommended album. Number 9, Swedish music. This is what is considered a Swedish classic. A song that I think most Swedes have heard at least once. But it's still a real fantastic song. This might qualify to many as totally overplayed, but I still think that this production is amazing. I'm talking about Swedish group Freestyle and the song Veal Holiday, I Want You, and the English version I Want You is also featured on this single or EP. And also a very mysterious little cozy production, and a really nice synth disco beat to it, and it is, you might call it teeny disco, teeny pop, because the lyrics are definitely describing teenage love, but the production is so big and amazing still. So at number 9, Freestyle and Veal Holiday. Number 8, of course, the debut album of another certain band that I do love. I'm talking about Level 42 and their amazing debut album, Sadly Forgotten. but it's so amazing funky. And at number 8, of course, we have Love Games, and the fantastic riff that goes through the song that I think is so fantastic. Really knocks me out every time I hear this one. Coming to number 7, and Swedish music again, by a band that should be known to some of you, Secret Service. Secret Service had a pretty good hit back in 1979 in the USA, actually, I think, known as Oh Susie. But in 1981 it was a lot of synth pop going on also in their world, and they released maybe one of the best songs that they ever released, at least one of the best songs from a great band, Flash in the Night. And definitely it sounds very much night music of this, real also one of these synthesizer atmospheric and mysterious productions with a certain riff that really takes you out on a journey. So such an amazing new wave-ish like song by Secret Service, one of the Swedish legends in music industry. Number 6, I said that we were going to go back to the Rage of Eden album again from Ultravox, and at number 6 we have the look and the sound and the voice. And definitely also cliche today, but it's a fact with many of these songs. Amazing atmosphere, amazing melody, amazing produced. We have number 5, the highest placed Swedish song, and how to describe this? Well, there are some songs here in the top that actually falls on the category crazy songs. This is maybe one of the oddest songs to hit the Swedish charts, but it also is a classic. I'm talking about a Swedish novelty group, Caramba, who is a project mostly by producer, recording engineer Mikael Beetretov, the man who made the ABBA sound what it is. And he had a lot of comedian stuff going on with the mixing and trixing and sound effects in the studio, pretty much a funny guy. And Caramba he did with singer Ted Gärdestad, and this song Habba Habba Sut Sut was a real strange song, singing in a totally nonsense language that doesn't exist, but still with a melody that really eats you in the head until you can't get out of it. You get stuck for ages, but it is so cool, so amazingly cool. So even though you don't understand Swedish, you can listen to this, because I don't understand the language here either. It isn't Swedish to singing, it isn't English, it isn't close to an existing language, but it's extremely funny song. Number 4, we have also a song that may be a little oddity up here, still not a crazy song, but maybe you don't expect anything from Jean-Michel Jarre to be this high up, but I do really like his music, especially in these earliest albums. So at number 4 we have Magnetic Fields Part 2. You know, the song that sounds like typewriter as a production, and instrumental songs. Not often I have that one in these high places, but I really like Jean-Michel Jarre's production and his way of playing. Once again, the atmosphere, and definitely a classic, a new wave synth classic. Number 3. Now we're coming to this song that I don't have the single on. I don't have any album with it on, not even a compilation like many here. I have nothing other than maybe some cassette copies, some copies of it. But I have the Swedish version of it, and that also became a huge hit. In Sweden, it's called IQ, and was a parody of Swedish guards outside of bars and so on that didn't let people in and into the bars for some reasons, made by singer Magnus Uggla. But that one is released in 1983, so it will most likely wind up in the chart back there. But at number 3 I have the original. The original was made by Bruce Woolley and was called Blue Blue Victoria. I think this is definitely one of my favorite Magnus Uggla songs. But Blue Blue Victoria is actually, in my opinion, even better than this one, because it is so really nice, well-made pop song. Really exciting melody and real happy and great pop. Nothing more, nothing less. So Blue Blue Victoria by Bruce Woolley at number 3. Number 2, the silver medal goes to another one of these crazy odd songs, but that I love so much that I need to have in the very top. And a special band for me. We're talking about Bad Manners and their version of Jacques Offenbach's Can Can. This is a hilariously funny song, a song that really puts a smile on my face from ear to ear every time I hear this one, and I'm digging it hard because it's so fantastic, funny and well made. And if you can see a YouTube clip, take a look at a version that they did in I think German TV show where they're all wearing French clothes, and all of a sudden in comes dancing can girls and the singer Buster Bloodvessel in full with hat and striped shirts and dancing the can with these girls and just giving everything he has. He's amazing, and this is such a fantastic funny song. Number 2, Can with Bad Manners. Now, only one left. Number 1. And number 1 is also a song that may not many have expected to be at number 1, because we're not talking about any of the more famous 1981 songs, but a real classic that I loved from the first time I heard it in an old radio show that I found on the internet. I'm talking about Rupert Hine, and from the fantastic album Immunity. I don't have the single, unfortunately, but at number 1 I Hang On To My Vertigo. And this is a real amazing song. Once again, it has atmosphere, it has mystique, it has production, and such a real cozy song. Night music, really. So that was 1981. The next year will be 1986, and we will be doing it on Facebook in April, so I will most likely do that video somewhere during the summer. So until next time, take care everybody, and enjoy the spring that is coming. So see ya.